Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. In today's video we are running Desert, yay! So let's talk a bit about Desert. Desert is a mid-tier island. It is the middle of the mid-tier islands. So we are now halfway through this 8-part series that we're doing. Desert is the 4th island. And I would say Desert is probably my most beginner-friendly island in my opinion. It's super wide open, tons and tons of ways to run it, but this is personally just how I run it. So yes, let's begin. So first we spawn at this dock, and there is only one dock. So you spawn at this dock. Let me put this on. And I personally like to run up this hill, and there's either going to be a horse somewhere over here. So sometimes I find it down by this pond, sometimes on the hill up here, sometimes over here. There's just going to be one horse over here. So go ahead and catch that horse. And then, alright, we got it. Then I run back to this like town area over here to get go to the next spawn. So sometimes there'll be money on top of that fountain. So there could be a horse over here, but currently it's right over here. Oh my gosh, you joking me? You joking me? You serious? They put a Clyde on Desert and did not give me an IUH? Why couldn't you have been Pearly Red? You've been so pretty as Pearly Red. Okay, so there's gotta be a horse right there. Then usually I find a horse somewhere in this area. Usually it's like right on top of this hill in the middle of nowhere. And then just look over here. Sometimes there'll be a horse over here, but currently it's right over here. So let's go ahead and catch it. By this point, basically, just keep running. Then sometimes there's a horse over in this area. Sometimes there isn't. Sometimes there's a horse right here. So yeah, there's a lot of like double spawns. Sometimes I'll find a horse right here, but currently it's up on this hill. It's either on this hill or down there. And then I just keep going to this big cactus and turn in to run over to this hill area. So Desert has quite a bunch of double spawns. Sometimes there'll be a horse up here, and if the horse isn't up here, it's usually over there. So let's go ahead and catch this horse. Come here. So close. And if you don't find a horse on... Oh, you just don't want to be caught, do you? And if you don't find a horse on this hill, it's going to be right near this bush, somewhere running around there. But I would say Desert is the most open and has a ton of like double spawns, and horses love to run around. Occasionally there will be a horse like somewhere over here, but most of the time the horse is going to be, at least for me, on top of this hill. And then down here there's sometimes a horse by this ribs, but most of the time the horse is up on top of this rock. And sometimes the horse over on this hill will run to over there, so if you don't find the horse on the hill, just go ahead and check right there. It's a bit complicated to run Desert, but it's super open, so it's really easy in my opinion. Then there's going to be a horse somewhere up here. So this horse can be anywhere up on this ledge. Sometimes it's going to be up here. A lot of times I'll find it near up here. And then we're going to cross this bridge. If you do not have the bridge, you can do some quests for Ruby, and which is located right here, the quest, Ruby. She will give it. And then this next area, once we exit the bridge, the horse can sometimes spawn over there, but it also can spawn over here. It likes to run around a lot. So let's go ahead and catch it. Wouldn't it be hilarious if I like actually caught an IUH doing one of these videos? So next I jump up here and jump down and look for a horse. So there's gonna be one running over here. So here's the horse up there, but sometimes they'll be back there. It just depends. Alrighty, we got a nice little standardbred. Is it just me, or does the chestnut standardbred sort of look like sandstone mixed with red? And then there's either going to be a horse on this hill or right over here by that jump. Alrighty. And then you can respawn and reset. And congratulations! Yay! You have now successfully ran desert. So congratulations. I hope this was easy to understand and not too complicated, but horses love to run on desert. So see you guys in the next one. Bye!